Probably the hardest 5 words I've ever had to say is, I'm a survivor of rape. My case was so highly publicized, I almost felt forced into the spotlight. But now that I'm here, I appreciate it because of the voice that it's given me, and I want to share this voice with other survivors.
He pushes me in and he says, "You're a sinner. God hates you and no one will ever love you." It was a horrible moment in my life.
It's still hard for me because our stories do have similarities, and going back over her story reminds me of how I felt and what I went through, and that's hard. I can say, because I know I have been physically chained up, and then I have been, well, manipulatedly chained up, and I can say that that power, that manipulation is so much stronger than any physical chain anyone could ever put on me. When was the first time you came forward?
I went to the BYU Honor Code office. I went to them knowing that it was wrong. And I went to them hoping that they would understand. I told her I don't remember the first time. And then he had sex with me after that. And she stopped me and she said, "I just need to know how many times and whether it happened on or off campus." And I was like, what? What? It was such an absurd question to me.
They act as gatekeepers to BYU, and I shared with him what had happened. He immediately started on the discipline process. He asked me to stop taking the sacrament on Sundays, communion, which to me was horrifying because that meant that everyone else would see that I was no longer worthy. Also in that conversation, he asked me if I was pregnant, and then at that point he made it clear to me that if I were to become pregnant, then I would have to leave BYU, that I could not remain at BYU if I were to be pregnant. It was at that moment that I realized that through no choice of my own, my whole life was being ruined.
I just have to say that coming here and meeting you and talking to you and listening to you share your story and what you're doing now, I mean, that's really what inspires me to keep on going. So thank you so much for sharing your story with me.
Thank you for wanting to hear it.
Well, I just think you're such a strong woman, and you're just such a strong example. And to all of those people, to all of those women and even men who are dealing with the same emotions, what would you say to them right now?
You're not alone. Even though you feel like it, you're not alone. And you have worth. Thank you.